ice, baby. It's a snowy little Sunday down here on the plot. Just heading down to have a look really. I don't think there'll be too much practically that I can do. Got myself a kettle, little upgrade as was recommended. So I'll feed the birds and that, you know, and just see what's happening, because as you can see it's a little bit snowy. It's been thawing off for most of the day. It was quite bad. Nice quiet day down here anyway, as you could probably expect. Nobody else has decided to brave it. Nobody else is stupid enough to brave it. Yeah, been a pretty bad storm actually over the last week as well, so just going to see if there's any other damage, anything that needs picking up or moving. Not a sign of a lot of activity at all really down on here. You can kind of expect it over January though, can't you? I think a lot of people back away. Yes. Flipping cold, I know that. Inside of my car's frozen, it's that bad. Even all the water's frozen on my lock, look. Might not even be able to get in. See how it goes. Oh, it's very stiff. Come on, there we go. Oh. Untouched ground. Welcome to a lovely snowy plot. Bird feeders are all empty, so I think that's going to be my first job. Make sure they've got some grub. Greenhouses. Yeah, there's no damage there or anything. There wasn't a huge amount of snow that fell, but it fell onto sort of cold, dry ground. So it has settled. Look at these primroses here, look, covered in frost and ice and all sorts. Doesn't seem to bother them too much, does it? Look at them. Shed door probably frozen. So, what should we do? Should we get the kettle on? Yeah! Here's one for you. Here's the pan that I left on the stove. This is inside my shed. Oh, look at that. Beautiful. Oh dear. You know, in the middle of summer that'd be lovely. A nice cool drink, wouldn't it? Let's go and sort these little guys out. You might notice this is not on me super sexy new GoPro. Still having trouble with it, I'll be honest with you. I did quite a bit of filming, which I'll probably edit up and put out anyway. But yeah, I wasn't totally happy with it. I don't know if I need to play with my settings or if it's just so different to what I'm used to. You know, just sort of being able to walk around with like this video camera, put it down anywhere I want, free up my hands and that. But I'll get there. Maybe I'm just being a bit of a troglodyte and just like rejecting modern technology. I don't know. My frosty little bird holder. Bird holder. It's not holding many birds. Bird seed holder. There you go, my little tweety friends. Makes you wonder how wildlife gets on in this weather, doesn't it? So I'm here absolutely freezing, wrapped up. I've got 3 coats on, a hat, and you know, my fingers have gone pink. These guys have to just like make do with it. I know they've got feathery coats or furry coats, but honestly, like -1, -2, something like that, and I'm indoors. Do you know what I mean? But yet they have to live out here. I don't know. Found this bucket here as well. It's absolutely frozen solid. That. And the pond as well, that's frozen to a good depth as well. A couple of inches there. It's just been really, really cold the last couple of days, and yeah, obviously, water freezes when it's cold. I bet you didn't know that. Looking down at the garlic, obviously that's got a good covering of snow on it right now. So it's not going to be having the greatest time in the world. It's not going to kill it, it's not going to do it any harm. This kind of frosty weather takes the garlic clove, there's a word for it, it's stratification or stratifaction or something like that, and that actually is what breaks the clove up so that when it grows you get multiple different cloves on the bulb. So without that cold period you end up with one solid bulb. So that's what's happening right now, guys, which is why it's always good to get your garlic out. If you put it out too late and there's no cold weather, you just get one big ball of garlic. So yeah, as much as they look like, you know, they're struggling, but they're absolutely fine. Oh, my kettle's boiling. How's January going for everyone anyway? Windowsill's full of leggy tomatoes yet? Ooh, I might have sounded a bit judgy. No, I've learnt my lesson on that one, so hopefully you're all out there learning lessons as well, seeing what does and doesn't work for you. I put a few onions in, put a few chillies in. Onions are all up because in the heat inside my house they'll germinate really quickly. The chillies are in a propagator. With a propagator with a lid, heated thing, as soon as your seeds have germinated, it's always best to take them out of there, or at least take the lid off, because a combination of too much heat, low light levels and high moisture content, which you'll get underneath that lid, can cause damping off, it can cause legginess and just, like, you know, give you some weak plants. So as soon as they've germinated, lid off, reduce the heat on them, keep them indoors obviously, and that should help you little seedling survive a bit better. So we're going to have a look in greenhouse, shall we, in this frosty cool weather. Not meant to walk on grass when it's frozen like this, but it's only blooming allotment, isn't it? And if you can see in there, if I start opening greenhouse door, I'll start lowering the temperature in there, so try and keep it shut as much as I can. I've got my oriental leaves and my peas in there. And the clean out I promised myself I'd do in this greenhouse. I've got rid of all the plants anyway, so I've got rid of them, and everything else is still a bit messy. Oh, not a huge amount to do on the plot today, is there? Shall I do some digging on this ground? No, you do more damage than good. Crunch, crunch, crunch. That's my new blueberries out here anyway. I was going to buy another one. I was in B&Q the other day and they did, how much was it, £4. I keep seeing plants and they've got a range of plants there, sort of blueberries and blackcurrants and loads of other different plants and that, so I'm just really trying to force my hands back into my pockets at the minute so I don't spend all of my money on fruit bushes. I was in Tesco's the other day as well. They've got their bare root fruit trees in, haven't they? They've got some apples and pears and cherries. I have used the Tesco bare root trees before, you know, and you know, a tree's a tree. They seem to be decent, you know, they do all right. So they're 2 for £10, which isn't bad for a fruit tree, is it? I know you can go elsewhere and pay a lot more than that. You might get a better specimen, but they're certainly worth a punt at £5 each, aren't they? Yes, about it, isn't it? I think the whole world's just like sitting, waiting, sort of locked down. I've just nipped out today, Sunday afternoon, for a couple of hours, but other than that, it's just been work, home, work, home, work, home, supermarket, work, home, work, home, work, home, supermarket. And that's sort of life at the minute, isn't it? Netflix and Amazon Prime, I'm sort of pretty much watched up on that as well. So, yes, still got my Christmas weight, plus some, so we'll get it shifted. Quit smoking over the new year, which is a good thing, so my lungs are a lot more free since I had, you know, my little illness earlier in the year. So, yes, that's a good thing. Just got to work on biscuits now. Anyway, rattling. Well guys, I don't know if you can see it, but it's snowing! How beautiful is that? Yeah, it started to come down about 10 minutes ago and it's starting to really get going now, so yes, I don't know what else there is to do. Obviously on this frozen ground it's already settling quite well. Obviously if you guys have got any netting cages, obviously, or any greenhouses, anything like that, they'll withstand a bit of weight, but just not a huge amount. And if you've got any netting over plants, like garlic or onions or anything like that, if you've netted over them, the weight of the snow and the netting can damage them. If there's no netting, like with these guys, the snow will just build up around it without damaging it. But then if you've got a sheet with snow on it, it's going to come down and squash the whole lot. So that's just one thing to think about. You can see just a little bit of weight that's on these nets already started to sag it a little bit. Let's have a look in here. You see with me the tops there, it's just obviously a little bit of weight there starting to sag down. So yeah, just keep an eye on stuff, you know what I mean. Heavy snow weighs a lot. Oof. Look how pretty. Ooh, it's a shame it's got my mug in the way really, otherwise it'd be really pretty. There you go. Well, I'm going to find a couple of jobs to do in the shed. Because it's Sunday, I've been looking forward to going to the allotment all week, and I shan't allow a little bit of weather to put me off. Might as well have a bit of a clean up on this cold and frosty day. There's snow and ice everywhere. Yo, allotment gardener, let's dig it! Ice, ice, baby. Ice, ice, baby. Alright, stop. Germinate and listen. The gardener's back with a brand new confession. This gardening bug grabs are holding me tightly. I think of my allotment both daily and nightly. Will it ever stop? Yo, I don't know. My seed collection continues to grow to the extreme 100% when I garden. My girl begged me stop and I said, beg your pardon? Plants. I love the flowers that bloom. I want to grow them all, but there's never enough room. I'm deadly. Even in a heavy frost, don't get in my way or I'll turn you into compost. Tending my garden the organic way. You better be ready cause those aphids don't play. If there was a bag of seeds, yo, I'll sow it. Add a little compost, step back and grow it. Alright, Mum, I'm out of here. Word to your mother. Ice, ice, baby. But all of that silliness aside, that is about it from me now. There's not a lot I can do down here apart from be daft and walk around talking to myself in a big snowy field. So hopefully there'll be some more gardening later on. And in the meantime, thank you very much for watching. I hope you all have a wonderful week. And yes, bye-bye. Ow. See ya.